So keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Right? And perfect what your brand is about.
Yes.
You know, if you're selling something, you know, work on making sure that you're reaching the audience that you want to sell those items to, finding your target market, those types of things. You know, if you're going to have events, make sure that your events are impactful so that it brings in the business that you want to attract.
Exactly.
Right? So small business owners should be about the business of taking care of their business and not necessarily so focused and worried about what their website is or is not. And please tell us the 3 things again that we should have as a part of our website so that people can calm down about this whole website thing.
First, it should be a place for your audience to find you.
Yes.
So as long as it's your name, make sure to patent your name and create your website doing whatever you're doing.
Right.
And then for people to contact you. So they should be able to see where they can find you, how to email you, if they have questions, if there's a customer service hotline, whatever. So first is find you, contact you, and then lastly, just your audience should be able to get what they need. So products, services, if it's a blog, then it should be informational, things like that. So those are the top 3 things that you need for your website. What did I say? Be able to find you, be able to contact you, and then products and services.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. As you can see, this conversation has evolved.
Yes.
It went from talking about, you know, living as a healthy diabetic to your education, to your business, and all of those things. And the reason I wanted to go down that path or up that path is because I wanted our listeners to understand that something that can be as devastating as finding out that you have diabetes and also finding out that it's chronic, that, you know, it's something that you will live with until, you know, other things happen, of course, because you never know where medicine's going to go, right?
Yeah.
But until that, you know, it's considered chronic, and not stopping there, you know, if you don't have a support system when, you know, you receive news that may or may not be good, find a support system. Find people who are of like mind, who are positive and uplifting, and who aren't going to take a seat at your pity party.
Exactly.
Right? But pull you up from the table.
Yep.
Right? And say, keep going. Right? And then, you know, you continued your education to find ways of, you know, resolving some of the myths that surrounded your finding out you had diabetes. And all of this really, which could have been seen as something bad, turned into something great, because what has happened is that you've developed a business because of it. You've got more than one focus because of it. And all of your businesses are striving under the umbrella that you've created. And it started with, like you said, finding out that you had diabetes and then putting yourself in a position to do something about it.
Yes.
So this video should be encouraging to anyone who has received news that they have a health issue, you know, or any other type of, you know, phone call or diagnosis that you receive, to not stop your dreams, not stop doing the things that you were created to do, and to realize that sometimes when you get that phone call or that evaluation of your health or whatever it is, that might be the thing that puts you on the path that you should be on to help other people fulfill the things in their lives that they're supposed to. So with challenge also comes success.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And growth, of course.
Growth. Exactly. So I wanted to say that I'm so happy to have you as a part of my business.
Thank you for having me a part of it.
Because my business has certainly grown since you've been with us.
Yay! Measurable success.
Measurable success, that's right. And to tell your story is phenomenal.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I still am, actually. It's weird. I don't know. I talk about it all the time. And sitting here, I'm like, the lights.
But you pushed past your fear.
Yes.
And your reservation.
Yes.
And you came in and said, okay, I'll do this. And I want to thank you for that.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And I wanted to say this before we wrap, because I want to know what people are going to want to know, where they can contact you, if they want help with their businesses and things like that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about, fear, because I do make that a point in most of my shows, because fear can cripple a person. Yeah. It can stop them from expanding their business. It can stop them from having a voice. Mm-hmm. So what would be one or two pieces of advice you would give someone who is standing in that place where they're frozen by fear and they have a product or service that they want to get out there and they're just completely frozen by fear?
That's a hard one for me, because I have no patience for people who are afraid. Yes. Which is sad, because not to say that I don't get scared of failure, but I know that with fear, whatever I am afraid of, it's because somebody around me or the man upstairs is trying to tell me that you need to change and you need to grow. Mm-hmm. And something that I fear is, it's something different and something that I never thought I would be in the position to face. So I always take fear on with bullhorns. No, I don't want it in my way. Mm-hmm. It can't stop me. And if I ever tend to get scared, then I need to just catapult myself forward, and wherever I land is where I'm supposed to be, because I made that choice to be there. Right. So for business owners especially, if you're fearful of whatever aspect of your business, learn to be uncomfortable, because that fearful aspect is going to take your business to the next level. And yes. So I think that it's important for people to embrace fear and being uncomfortable and take it on with some bullhorns and just rage it out of your way.
I 120,000% agree.
Yay, that's why we're such good business people together.
Right. And for me, I think the things that I fear the most are the things that I make it a point to do and get through, because it's exactly those things that are going to take me to the next level. Yeah. And so once you get to that, I call it like a curtain of fear. Once you walk through that curtain, you realize that it's not so scary on the other side.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Once you're there, it's like, oh, I was afraid of this.
Right, exactly. And then it becomes something that is a builder for you and whatever you're trying to create.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it too.
So where do you see yourself in 1 year?
Accepting a Grammy. I'm just kidding.
That was out of left field, right? A Grammy, okay.
Which has nothing to do with anything we talked about today.
Well, I'll be there when you receive your Grammy.
I'm just kidding. I want to be able to start my own, I think, diabetes awareness foundation.
Okay.
But for diabetic athletes, just because there are so many out there, that I think it's important to know the different health, wellness, ways to work out, all different aspects of being an athlete, but still being able to apply it and live the life that you were born to live. And then I'd also just like to see myself being very successful in my PR and marketing, business and media consulting. I'm like the woman of this huge umbrella. And I'm like, I want to be at the top for everything.
Yes. And so where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Retired. I'm just kidding.
Lonnie.
I've worked too hard. No, I hopefully doing the same thing, helping people better themselves, and ultimately that is what wakes me up in the morning. It may not be sitting behind a computer all day or going to the gym. Sometimes I don't even want to be there, but right. I go because I know that I'm obligated to help one of my clients that I train, or I'm obligated to help somebody be successful in their business. So I think that in 5 years, 1 year, 10 years from now, ultimately I see myself helping people get to the next level because that not only empowers them, but it also empowers me. I feel like I'm doing something worthy of my time.
Perfect. And if someone wanted to have you as a consultant, be it for their health or as a publicist or media or public relations or any of those things to help small business, how would they find you?
All of my social media handles are the exact same. So it's at Leilani, Leilani X Cruz. So Leilani X Cruz. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And then I'm working on my website, but I have so much to put on there. I'm like a hypocrite on myself because we talked about what we should worry about on our websites. But I'm trying to figure out like how to mesh fitness, PR, entertainment, marketing, everything together. So we'll see. It's under works. But like I said, you should only worry about how people should contact you, find you, and get your service.
That's right.
Listen, Leilani.
Well, Leilani, it is a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we've learned so much from you.
Yay!
And I just wanted to recap and say some of the things that I've learned is to stay encouraged.
Yes.
And overcome your challenges.
Yes.
By moving forward. Right?
Yes. Surround yourself with a good support system.
Surround yourself with a good support system. And I think one of the other things I took away from it was that, if you have more than one interest, pursue it.
Yes.
Pursue your interests, no matter what they are, and see where they take you.
Exactly.
Don't limit yourself to think, I only can do this, I should only do that. No limits.
Yeah, the greatest minds and the most successful people were like the most interesting people. I'm like, you were doing what with who and what with when?
Right.
But those are the most interesting and I think the most successful. And even if money was not their wealth, they have this whole life that they lived. So,
that's right.
Yeah, pursue your dreams. Every single one.
Exactly. Leilani, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for
coming on Lunch with the Finance Bunch and not just being behind the camera,
of course,
but in front of it. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks again.